Snow had settled gently over the hills and hedges, covering everything in a soft, white blanket that glowed faintly in the early morning light. Inside sleepy Abbey, the air carried the warmth of fires that had been coaxed to life in every room, sending their gentle crackle through the hallways. The house seemed alive in a quiet, comforting way, as if it had been waiting patiently for this winter morning. Every floorboard and beam seemed to hum softly, echoing the calm rhythm of the day ahead. You can feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface beneath you, supported fully by the bed or floor, and beneath that by the earth itself. The more you notice that support, the more your muscles can release, and the more your mind can settle. Take a deep breath in and let it flow slowly out, feeling tension slide away with each exhale. Another deep breath, letting go of anything you have been carrying. Perhaps start to notice any areas where you hold tightness. Your shoulders, your chest, your back, maybe your jaw, and simply allow those areas to soften just a little, just enough to feel lighter. There is nothing you need to do right now, no place you need to be. This is your time, a quiet moment to simply exist, to drift safely, comfortably, and gently. Outside, the snow presses softly against the windows, and inside, the Duvet family begins to stir. Lady Mildred remains tucked beneath her many quilts, a gentle warmth already spreading to her toes, while Lord Horace shifts under his blankets, the room filled with the faint smell of wood smoke. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, are already wide-eyed with excitement, imagining the snow-covered grounds, though they remain behind their frost-touched windows for now. The house carries the soft music of routine, the fire crackling, the quiet footsteps of those preparing for the day, the slow chime of the great clock marking each gentle, unhurried hour. Each sound, each movement is a part of the rhythm of sleepy Abbey, a rhythm you can sink into, letting your own mind begin to mirror the calm, steady flow of the house. Take another breath, noticing it fully in and out, letting each exhale carry away any lingering restlessness. Imagine the warmth of the fires spreading through the rooms, touching each corner of the Abbey and each part of your body, bringing a sense of safety and calm. You are present here, now in this cozy, quiet place, free to observe, to relax, to simply be. And with each gentle breath, your mind begins to picture the rooms, the hallways, the soft glow of morning light catching on frosted panes. The day is just beginning, yet there is no rush, no pressure, only the slow, comforting rhythm of a house that knows how to hold stillness and warmth, and of a family moving gently through the quiet start of a winter morning. The soft crackle of flames traveled along the corridors as the fireplaces in each room began to warm the house. In Lady Mildred's room, the quilts were piled high, a fortress of warmth around her, and her toes twitched slightly as the gentle heat spread. Outside her window, frost had drawn delicate, swirling patterns on the glass, like lace created by an unseen hand overnight. Down the hallway, Lord Horace stirred under his blankets, the weight of sleep slowly lifting as the first rays of pale winter sunlight slipped through the curtains. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, were already pressed to the glass, their small noses leaving faint marks as they peered out at the white world, eyes wide with excitement. Every little sound, the soft footsteps of the maid moving quietly across the floor, the low hum of the fire, the ticking of the great clock, created a gentle rhythm, a lullaby for both the Abbey and anyone listening. Take a slow, deep breath now, letting it fill your lungs completely, and exhale fully, releasing any lingering tension. Feel your body supported, your muscles loosening with every passing moment. Notice your hands, your arms, the weight of your legs against the bed, and allow all of it to relax a little more. With each breath, imagine the warmth of the room spreading through your body, from your toes to the top of your head. The world outside may be cold and still, but inside, everything is calm, comforting, and safe. The house itself seems to breathe, moving in quiet harmony with the day, and you are part of that rhythm. In the servants' quarters, the day had already begun. Mrs. Plea, the cook, stirred porridge with a careful hand, her face pink from the warmth of the stove. Mr. Bisley, the butler, moved slowly but deliberately, polishing silver until it gleamed in the soft morning light. Even the scullery maid, carrying a stack of clean plates, seemed to float through the room with quiet purpose. Every motion was measured, deliberate, as if the house itself demanded calm efficiency. And while the children were dreaming of snowball fights and sledding adventures, the adults moved with gentle precision, preparing the Abbey for the day without a single hurried step. Another breath, slow and steady. Imagine your shoulders dropping, your back relaxing, your jaw softening. Feel yourself sinking deeper into comfort, mirrored by the Abbey itself, which held space for peace, for quiet, for gentle beginnings. Listen to the small details, the occasional tap of a spoon, the soft rustle of fabric as someone moves, the crackle of logs warming the rooms. Let these sounds become part of your rhythm, a gentle guide into stillness. You are safe here. You are warm. You are held by the steady presence of sleepy Abbey, and your mind can wander freely, exploring the cozy corners, the softly lit hallways, and the quiet spaces where warmth and care have already arrived. By now, the first signs of activity in the bedrooms are joined by a soft chorus of footsteps along the hallways, the faint murmur of voices exchanging gentle greetings, and the subtle music of a house waking slowly to winter. Each sound blends into the next, forming a comforting melody, one that encourages your mind to float, to drift, to rest. As you breathe, picture the light playing across the walls, the soft glow of firelight reflecting on polished wood, the stillness outside that only emphasizes the warmth within. The day has begun, yet there is no rush, no worry, only the steady, soothing flow of life within sleepy Abbey, mirrored by the calm settling through your own body. Jasper and Clementine, unable to resist the soft, sparkling snow outside, pressed closer to the frosted windows, their breath leaving tiny clouds against the glass. Their eyes danced with excitement, imagining snowball fights and sledding adventures, though the cold air kept them inside for now. They whispered to each other in quiet bursts, plotting little schemes and sharing secret plans, the soft giggles barely reaching the hallways. Miss Plumply, their governess, sat nearby, book in hand, trying her best to maintain order while the twins' energy hummed around her like a small storm contained in the room. She knew that any attempt to stop them would be met with polite resistance and clever defiance, so she simply observed, allowing a quiet smile to escape despite herself. Take another deep breath. feeling it expand gently in your chest, and let it flow slowly out, carrying away any tension or restlessness. Notice your shoulders and back releasing a little more, your hands and legs sinking into comfort, your mind beginning to mirror the calm, steady rhythm of sleepy Abbey. Imagine the warmth of the fire spreading through every room, touching the children's cheeks, the adults' hands, and the polished wooden floors, and now reaching you, wrapping you in a soft, protective glow. Downstairs, the servants were already fully immersed in the morning's work. Mrs. Plea stirred her porridge with care, humming a gentle tune as the heat of the stove warmed her face. Mr. Bisley, meticulous and calm, polished each piece of silver with the precision of a craftsman, glancing occasionally at the windows where the twins pressed their little faces. Even the scullery maid moved quietly but purposefully, carrying trays and stacks of dishes with a steady rhythm that seemed to echo the house's heartbeat. Every motion was deliberate, every sound soft yet purposeful, adding to the soothing chorus of activity that filled the Abbey without ever breaking the calm. Breathe in once more, noticing the slow rise of your chest and the gentle fall as you exhale. Let your body sink deeper into comfort, letting your mind wander through the warm, quiet halls, past softly glowing fireplaces, polished floors, and the faint scent of baking bread mingling with the smoke from the chimneys. Picture the light dancing across the walls, the shadows of the fire flickering gently, and imagine yourself moving freely, weightless and calm, exploring the comforting rhythm of the house without hurry, without thought of the outside world. The day continued in its slow, satisfying way. Upstairs, Lady Mildred finally stretched beneath her layers of quilts, allowing herself to wake fully as the heat from the fire touched her skin. Lord Horace, with a slight grumble, shifted and pulled back his blankets, his eyes meeting the soft glow of the room. The twins, now eager to begin their morning, found small ways to entertain themselves, building a tiny fort of blankets and pillows in one corner, imagining grand adventures while staying safe and warm indoors. Each movement, each whisper, each careful step in the house blended into a gentle, comforting symphony of domestic life. As you breathe, feel the steady rhythm of life in sleepy Abbey settle into your own body. Imagine the twins' laughter as tiny bursts of warmth spreading through the rooms, the servants' calm diligence like a soft, grounding presence, and the gentle hum of the house itself, carrying a sense of safety and peace. Your mind drifts easily with the day, floating through warm corridors, cozy rooms, and quiet corners where the firelight dances softly, carrying a sense of comfort and security that reaches every part of you. The aroma of porridge and fresh bread began to fill every corner of sleepy Abbey, weaving through the hallways and winding into each room. The fire's gentle warmth spread further, touching carpets and curtains, bringing a sense of comfort that wrapped around the family like a soft blanket. Downstairs, Mrs. Plea stirred the porridge with careful determination, her hands moving in a slow, rhythmic pattern that seemed almost like a quiet dance. Mr. Bisley, ever precise, polished silver trays and teapots with meticulous attention, each swipe reflecting a faint glow from the fires above. Even the scullery maid, carrying plates and cloths, moved with a quiet, steady rhythm, her steps soft on the polished floor. Every motion was part of a larger, calming symphony of household life, a rhythm that encouraged your mind to settle, to synchronize with the gentle pulse of the Abbey. Take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your lungs fully, then exhale, imagining every bit of tension leaving your body. Notice your legs sinking deeper, your shoulders loosening, your back softening. Feel the comfort and warmth spreading through your body, as if the Abbey itself is reaching out to wrap you in safety and calm. With each breath, your mind drifts further into this quiet, cozy world, absorbing the gentle harmony of life inside the house. Meanwhile, a small crisis quietly unfolded in the kitchen. The delivery cart from the village had been delayed by the fresh snowfall, and as Mrs. Plea realized that eggs and sausages had not yet arrived, she let out a soft, frustrated sigh. The Abbey's calm morning rhythm faced a tiny ripple, and each servant moved quickly but carefully to adjust. Mr. Bisley coordinated the response with quiet efficiency, sending stable boys out with shovels to clear a path and making careful calculations of the supplies already on hand. Kitchen maids fetched extra firewood, and the housekeeper began counting what remained in the larder, each step deliberate, unhurried, yet full of purpose. Breathe in once more, letting the air fill you with warmth and calm, and exhale slowly, imagining that small ripple of disturbance fading away, leaving only serenity behind. Picture the firelight dancing softly along the walls, the gentle hum of the house echoing through the corridors, and the steady, comforting presence of each person moving quietly but efficiently in their tasks. Every little sound, the clink of a spoon, the soft tap of a foot, the faint rustle of cloth, is a part of this gentle rhythm, a melody that encourages your mind to rest and relax further. Upstairs, Lady Mildred adjusted her shawl and watched the soft morning light through the window. Lord Horace, newspaper in hand, muttered a few grumbles about the snow but remained settled in his chair by the fire, the warmth reaching him in a comforting embrace. The twins, still pressing their noses to the glass, waited patiently for a chance to play, their minds alive with adventure and imagination. Each of them, in their own quiet way, contributed to the Abbey's unique rhythm, an intricate pattern of calm, order, and gentle activity that blended seamlessly with the comfort of the day. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, feel yourself becoming part of this rhythm. Your body is supported, your mind is calm, and your thoughts float gently like snowflakes outside the window. Imagine the warmth of the fires, the soft light spilling across the floor, and the quiet determination of the Abbey's inhabitants moving through their morning tasks. Everything is calm, orderly, and comforting. You are safe here, surrounded by warmth, sound, and the gentle presence of life unfolding in its quiet, steady way. Jasper and Clementine, their curiosity and energy barely contained, decided against venturing into the snowy outdoors for now. Instead, they turned their attention to the warm, quiet rooms of sleepy Abbey, dragging blankets, pillows, and even a small tea tray into a cozy corner. Piece by piece, they built what they proudly declared a winter command center, a lopsided fort where imagination could run free. The tea tray, balanced precariously on top, became the central control panel of their indoor adventure, and the twins whispered instructions to each other in low, excited tones, as if commanding a ship navigating through snowy seas. Miss Plumply sat nearby, a book of arithmetic resting in her hands, observing with a mixture of amusement and gentle resignation. She knew that stopping their playful chaos would only slow down the current of energy, so she allowed herself to smile quietly, letting the twins' imagination flourish. Take a slow, deep breath, feeling it expand through your chest and release tension as you exhale. Let your mind float with the twins' excitement, drifting through the cozy corridors and warm rooms of the Abbey. Notice how the soft glow from the firelights touches the blankets and the polished wooden floors, spreading warmth and calm throughout the house. Feel yourself sinking deeper into comfort with every breath, mirroring the gentle rhythm of the household. Downstairs, the servants continued their work with quiet precision. Mrs. Plea stirred porridge with practiced hands, the gentle hum of her tune blending with the crackle of the fires. Mr. Bisley moved carefully through the kitchen, aligning trays and polishing silver, his actions deliberate and calm, a quiet anchor to the morning's activity. Even the scullery maid, carrying baskets and plates, moved with a soft, steady rhythm that harmonized with the heartbeat of the Abbey. Each step, each sound became part of a soothing symphony that wrapped the entire house in gentle energy, a melody that encouraged your own mind to relax further. Another breath, slow and steady. Feel your shoulders release, your back soften, and your legs sink further into comfort. Imagine the warmth of sleepy Abbey's rooms surrounding you, wrapping you in safety and calm. Picture the gentle flicker of firelight across the walls, the quiet footsteps along the polished floors, and the soft, contented sighs of a house waking slowly to winter. Allow yourself to drift into the gentle rhythm of daily life within the Abbey, where every sound, every movement, and every detail contributes to a sense of peace and security. Upstairs, Lady Mildred adjusted her shawl, curling comfortably into her armchair with a cup of something warm in hand. Lord Horace sat nearby, newspaper unfolded, muttering softly to himself while secretly enjoying the calm. The twins, fully engaged in their indoor adventure, occasionally peered around their blanket fort to check on their surroundings, while Miss Plumply allowed herself to observe with quiet amusement. The house itself seemed to settle around them, each timber and stone echoing the gentle flow of life, the soft warmth of the fires mingling with the quiet determination of each inhabitant to keep the morning moving peacefully. As you breathe slowly, feel the calm rhythm of sleepy Abbey synchronizing with your own body. Let your thoughts float gently, like snowflakes drifting outside, and imagine the warmth and quiet of the Abbey surrounding you entirely. Every crackle of fire, every gentle movement, every soft sound becomes a part of this serene environment, carrying your mind further into relaxation. Here, in this cozy winter morning, the world feels safe, warm, and endlessly comforting. Downstairs, a quiet ripple of tension began to stir. The delivery cart from the village had not yet arrived, and the kitchen staff realized that eggs, sausages, and rashers were missing. Mrs. Plea, her face glowing pink from both the fire and her mild frustration, let out a soft exclamation, drawing the attention of everyone around her. Mr. Bisley, calm as ever, straightened his jacket and began coordinating a response with quiet authority. Stable boys were dispatched with shovels to clear the snow from the lanes, while kitchen maids fetched extra firewood to ensure the stoves burned steadily. The housekeeper, notebook in hand, began a careful count of the remaining supplies, making small mental adjustments to account for the unexpected shortage. Take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your chest, and exhale fully, imagining the ripple of tension fading as the Abbey's rhythm steadies itself. Feel the warmth of the fires spreading through the kitchen, through the hallways, and into your own body, wrapping you in calm. Picture the staff moving with quiet purpose, each step deliberate and steady, turning what could have been a disruption into a gentle flow of activity. Let the soft crackle of the fire and the hum of movement guide your mind deeper into relaxation. Upstairs, the family continued their morning in gentle contrast to the mild chaos below. Lady Mildred adjusted her shawl, sipping her tea while glancing out at the snow-covered grounds. Lord Horace, wrapped in his tartan dressing gown, muttered softly to himself over the morning newspaper, though it was clear he was more interested in the warmth of the fire than the news itself. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, occasionally peered toward the windows, imagining snowball fights that would have to wait, and returned to their blanket fort with determined focus. Miss Plumpley observed quietly, aware that her role was more about gentle supervision than stopping creativity, and allowed herself a small smile at the children's cleverness. Another deep breath, slow and calming. Let your shoulders relax, your back soften, and your body sink further into comfort. Imagine the Abbey itself responding to the missing supplies, the walls holding steady, the floors carrying soft footsteps, the fires crackling in gentle reassurance. Everything inside sleepy Abbey moves with calm purpose, transforming what might have been a problem into an orchestrated harmony of activity. Your mind can float along with this rhythm, drifting peacefully through the house, absorbing the warmth, the quiet determination, and the comforting sense of order. Downstairs, Mrs. Plea stirred porridge, her hands steady despite the small disruption. The scullery maid moved with careful grace, balancing trays and pots, while Mr. Bisley oversaw the work with quiet precision. Each action was deliberate, each movement part of the Abbey's gentle, comforting rhythm. Even small frustrations, like missing ingredients, became part of the day's melody, resolved not with urgency, but with thoughtful patience and steady determination. As you breathe slowly, imagine the quiet symphony of the Abbey. The crackle of fires, the soft shuffle of feet, the gentle clink of spoons and trays. Feel your mind and body synchronizing with this peaceful rhythm, letting go of tension, allowing comfort to wash over you. The house, the family, the staff, and even the tiny twins' laughter blend together into a steady, calming current. Here, within the warmth and stillness of sleepy Abbey, you are safe, relaxed, and free to drift deeper into the serene morning. The morning at Sleepy, Abbey moved forward with gentle energy, the quiet hum of the house mingling with the occasional burst of activity from the twins. Jasper and Clementine, their blanket fort fully assembled, now directed an imaginary expedition across the living room, issuing orders and laughing softly as they dodged invisible obstacles. Miss Plumpley, seated nearby with her book, allowed them the freedom to play, her calm presence blending seamlessly with the household rhythm. Even the soft scuff of tiny feet against the polished floor became part of the Abbey's symphony, a gentle counterpoint to the steady crackle of the fires. Take a deep breath in, letting it fill your chest fully, and exhale slowly, releasing tension with every breath. Feel the warmth of the Abbey's rooms spreading through your body, calming your muscles and settling your mind. Imagine the gentle movement of the house around you, the firelight flickering softly across walls and floors, the distant shuffle of servants moving through corridors, the faint hum of the household coming alive. Let each sound carry you further into relaxation, deeper into the soft rhythm of the morning. Downstairs, Mrs. Plea stirred the porridge with careful focus, occasionally glancing at the children's laughter drifting faintly from above. The scullery maid carried fresh plates, moving with measured steps so as not to disturb the gentle flow of activity. Mr. Bisley oversaw the kitchen, aligning trays and checking on preparations with calm precision. Even with the earlier hiccup of missing ingredients, the house moved smoothly, a testament to the quiet efficiency of its inhabitants. Each action, each small sound, contributed to a comforting sense of order that spread throughout sleepy Abbey, encouraging your mind to drift in sync with it. The twins' indoor adventure grew bolder. Blankets shifted, cushions tumbled, and the tea tray atop their fort threatened to topple at any moment. Their voices rose and fell in playful whispers and giggles, punctuated by the occasional thud as a cushion fell to the floor. Miss Plumpley's eyes followed their movements, but she remained patient, understanding that this small chaos was part of the joy of a winter morning. Even Lady Mildred and Lord Horace, seated in their quiet corners, allowed themselves the gentle distraction of watching the twins' energy, smiles hidden behind calm exteriors. Another slow, deep breath. Let the air fill your lungs and exhale fully, feeling your body sink further into comfort. Visualize the warmth from the fireplaces spreading through the rooms, touching each corner of the house and extending to you. Imagine yourself floating effortlessly through the hallways, past the softly glowing rooms, past the twins' fort, past the steady rhythm of household activity. Each sound, the giggles, the crackle of logs, the shuffle of feet, guides your mind gently, drawing you into a peaceful, relaxed state. Upstairs, the soft light of morning played across the walls, highlighting the gentle movement of curtains and the warm glow of polished wood. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, feeling the heat of the cup seep into her hands, while Lord Horace settled deeper into his chair, newspaper forgotten for a moment as he allowed himself a few calm, reflective breaths. The twins, engrossed in their imaginative play, occasionally peeked around their fort to observe the house, their laughter blending effortlessly with the steady hum of life in sleepy Abbey. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe along with them, each timber and stone settling into the rhythm of a morning filled with warmth, care, and quiet delight. Downstairs, the morning bustle began to intensify as the kitchen staff prepared for the first meal of the day. The missing eggs and sausages were accounted for as best they could, and Mrs. Plea's hands moved swiftly, stirring, chopping, and adjusting, her face flushed with warmth from the stove. Mr. Bisley, ever precise, moved quietly among the staff, aligning cutlery and checking trays, his calm presence keeping the small flurry of activity orderly. Even the scullery maid navigated the kitchen with careful balance, carrying dishes and pots in a rhythm that seemed to echo the steady heartbeat of sleepy Abbey. Each movement, each sound, the clatter of spoons, the soft shuffle of feet, the faint hiss of the stove, blended into a gentle melody of efficiency, a quiet reassurance of calm in the midst of mild chaos. Take a deep breath in, letting the air fill your lungs, and exhale slowly, feeling your body sink deeper into comfort. Imagine the warmth of the kitchen spreading through the Abbey, brushing softly across floors and walls and reaching you wherever you lie. Let the sounds, the crackling fire, the subtle clinks, the soft hum of movement, become part of your own rhythm, guiding your mind into calm and gentle relaxation. Upstairs, Lady Mildred and Lord Horace observed the morning from their seats. Lady Mildred's shawl wrapped snugly around her shoulders. She sipped slowly from her teacup, appreciating the quiet moments between sips. Lord Horace, newspaper in hand, occasionally muttered to himself about the snow outside, though his attention was more on the comfort of the fire than the words printed on the page. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, had now transformed their blanket fort into an entire imaginary landscape, complete with hidden passages, tunnels, and lookout points. Their soft whispers and giggles floated through the rooms, blending seamlessly with the Abbey's gentle morning melody. Miss Plumpley, seated with her book, allowed them their freedom, knowing that these moments of creativity were part of the magic of a winter morning at Sleepy Abbey. Another gentle breath. Feel it expand through your chest and exhale fully, letting go of any tension. Picture yourself wandering quietly through the Abbey, past the warmth of the fireplaces, past the twins' imaginative fort, and past the calm diligence of the staff. Each sound and movement carries a sense of reassurance, a steady rhythm that wraps around your mind and body, encouraging stillness and comfort. The house itself seems alive with gentle energy, every detail contributing to a world of calm, safety, and warmth. In the kitchen, the mild chaos of preparation continued, but nothing was truly amiss. Mrs. Plea's hands moved with deliberate skill, stirring and adjusting, while Mr. Bisley coordinated quietly, his eyes scanning the room for anything out of place. The scullery maid carried trays and plates with practiced precision, her movements soft and measured. The small flurry of activity became a comforting hum, a rhythm that echoed throughout Sleepy Abbey, grounding every inhabitant, and now anyone listening, in a gentle sense of calm. Upstairs, the twins' fort had grown taller and more elaborate, and their soft laughter carried warmth through the hallways. Lady Mildred took another slow sip of tea, feeling the heat and calm spread through her hands and body. Lord Horace adjusted his chair slightly, enjoying the quiet order of the morning, while the Abbey itself seemed to hum along with the gentle rhythm of life. Each room, each corridor, each softly glowing corner became a sanctuary of peace, a place where the world outside could wait, and where warmth, calm, and gentle activity reigned supreme. At last, the breakfast table began to take shape. Thick linen cloths were spread across the long table, silver pots gleaming in the soft morning light, and steaming cups of tea lined up neatly beside plates of porridge and bread. The house hummed with quiet anticipation, the rhythm of activity settling into a familiar pattern. Mrs. Plea moved with purposeful grace, placing bowls of porridge in front of each seat, her cheeks warm from both the stove and the exertion. Mr. Bisley oversaw the arrangement of cutlery and napkins, his calm and steady presence anchoring the small flurry of movement around him. Every clink, every careful step, every rustle of cloth became part of the gentle melody of the Abbey, blending into a comforting symphony that invited peace and calm. Take a slow, deep breath, filling your lungs fully, and exhale, letting the tension drift away. Feel the warmth of the room and the fires spreading through your body, the cozy hum of the house settling around you. Picture the silver gleaming softly in the firelight, the steam rising from bowls of porridge curling gently into the air, and imagine yourself part of this comforting rhythm, your mind syncing with the slow, peaceful pace of sleepy Abbey. Upstairs, Lady Mildred adjusted her shawl once more, glancing at the breakfast table with quiet satisfaction. Lord Horace, in his tartan dressing gown, allowed himself a soft sigh of contentment as he imagined the warmth of the morning reaching his feet. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, peeked from behind their blanket fort, eyes sparkling with anticipation, while Miss Plumply observed, pretending to read but secretly enjoying the children's excitement. The Abbey itself seemed to lean into the moment, the old walls and polished floors carrying the calm, steady energy of life unfolding in its own quiet rhythm. The children finally emerged from their fort, boots clutched in their hands, cheeks flushed with excitement. They carefully made their way to the table, giggling softly and exchanging whispered plans for later adventures. Lady Mildred offered gentle smiles, and Lord Horace gave a small nod, acknowledging their energy without interrupting the flow of the household. Every movement, every quiet conversation, every soft clink of dishes added to the comforting cadence of the morning, creating a sense of peace and order that flowed through every corner of the Abbey. Another gentle breath. Feel your body relax further with each inhale and exhale. Let your mind wander through the rooms, past the glowing fires, past the neatly arranged breakfast table, past the laughter of the twins, and imagine the warmth and calm of the Abbey embracing you completely. Every sound, the crackle of logs, the gentle shuffle of feet, the faint murmur of voices, is part of this steady, reassuring rhythm, guiding your mind into deeper relaxation. Downstairs, the kitchen staff continued to hum softly as they tidied and adjusted, ensuring everything was perfect for the family. Mrs. Plea's hands moved with practiced skill, stirring pots and arranging plates, while Mr. Bisley's quiet guidance kept the flow smooth and steady. Even the scullery maid moved with care, her footsteps echoing softly on the polished floors. The small chaos of the morning had transformed into a harmonious rhythm, every action and sound contributing to the warmth, calm, and security of the Abbey. Upstairs, the family settled into their seats, enjoying the cozy comfort of the breakfast room. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, feeling the heat spread through her hands and body, while Lord Horace quietly enjoyed the warmth of the fire. Jasper and Clementine focused on their porridge, occasionally exchanging soft giggles, while Miss Plumply pretended to read but kept a watchful eye on the twins. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe with contentment, the quiet, steady energy of life moving through every corridor and room, wrapping everyone in a gentle, comforting embrace. By mid-morning, the small crisis of missing breakfast supplies had settled. Mrs. Plea, with a satisfied smile, declared that the porridge breakfast had been enough to satisfy even the most discerning palates, while Mr. Bisley nodded quietly, satisfied that the household had maintained its calm and orderly rhythm. The remaining eggs and sausages had been safely tucked away, and the kitchen staff, now more relaxed, continued their gentle movements, arranging and tidying with soft precision. Even the scullery maid hummed a quiet tune, the sound blending effortlessly with the crackle of the fires and the faint rustle of curtains in the morning light. Take a slow, deep breath, feeling it fill your chest, and exhale fully, letting your body sink deeper into comfort. Imagine the warmth of the Abbey spreading to every corner, the gentle rhythm of life echoing through the halls, the soft light of winter sunlight streaming through the windows. Let your mind float along with the calm, steady movements of the staff, the gentle laughter of the twins, and the warm presence of the family, wrapping you in a cocoon of peace and relaxation. Upstairs, Lady Mildred settled into her favorite armchair, the shawl draped comfortably over her shoulders, a cup of warm tea in hand. She gazed out at the snow-covered grounds, feeling a quiet contentment as the Abbey moved smoothly through the morning. Lord Horace, having completed his brief attention to the newspaper, now leaned back in his high-backed chair, the firelight flickering across his face, and allowed himself a soft sigh of relief. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, having polished off their porridge, returned to their fort, declaring new adventures and secret missions with gleeful whispers. Miss Plumply observed, her book resting forgotten in her lap, allowing the children's imagination to guide the gentle rhythm of the morning. Another slow, calming breath. Let it flow through your body, releasing any remaining tension. Picture yourself moving quietly through the rooms of sleepy Abbey, past the glowing fireplaces, past the twins' fort, past the neatly arranged breakfast table, and feel the warmth, safety, and calm of the house surrounding you completely. Every soft sound, every gentle movement, every flicker of light becomes part of a steady, soothing rhythm, guiding your mind deeper into peace. Downstairs, the kitchen staff finished their preparations and began to tidy, their movements now relaxed and harmonious. Mrs. Plea wiped her hands on her apron, smiling faintly at the calm order of the morning. Mr. Bisley polished a final tray, nodding with quiet satisfaction at the smooth flow of the household. The scullery maid moved with careful grace, stacking dishes and arranging supplies with ease, the soft hum of her tune adding a gentle note to the symphony of the Abbey. Even the small, earlier tension of missing supplies seemed like a distant memory, replaced by the quiet joy of a household moving in calm, measured rhythm. Upstairs, the twins' fort had become a lively headquarters for their imaginations. Jasper and Clementine whispered plans and secret codes, occasionally peeking out to ensure the Abbey itself remained calm and orderly. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, savoring the warmth and comfort, while Lord Horace stretched slightly, enjoying the gentle, steady rhythm of the house. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe alongside its inhabitants, each beam and stone echoing the quiet, contented energy of a winter morning, wrapping everyone in a gentle, reassuring embrace. As the morning settled into a gentle rhythm, the household began to shift toward lighter, playful activities. Upstairs, Jasper and Clementine, now fully energized from their porridge, decided to expand their blanket fort into a full indoor expedition. Cushions became mountains, blankets transformed into secret tunnels, and every room was a part of their imaginative landscape. Their soft giggles echoed through the hallways, blending with the crackle of the fires and the gentle hum of the Abbey. Miss Plumply, seated nearby, allowed them this freedom, her calm presence a steadying influence on their lively energy. Take a slow, deep breath, filling your lungs completely, and exhale, letting your body relax further. Imagine the warmth of sleepy Abbey surrounding you, the fires gently flickering, the faint shuffle of movement, and the soft laughter of the twins echoing through the halls. Let each sound and movement guide your mind deeper into comfort, your body sinking further into ease, and your thoughts floating softly like snowflakes drifting down outside the windows. Downstairs, Mrs. Plea, now relieved from the earlier breakfast hustle, began to prepare small treats for the family. The aroma of freshly baked bread and warm pastries filled the air, mingling with the lingering scent of porridge. Mr. Bisley moved quietly through the kitchen, arranging trays and checking supplies with calm precision, while the scullery maid carried small pots of tea with gentle care. The Abbey's rhythm, steady and reassuring, seemed to wrap itself around every inhabitant, each movement and sound adding to a sense of safety and calm that flowed throughout the house. Upstairs, Lady Mildred settled further into her armchair, tea in hand, watching the twins' expedition with a quiet smile. Lord Horace, still wrapped in his tartan dressing gown, relaxed by the fire, enjoying the peaceful hum of the house. The twins, absorbed in their adventure, occasionally whispered to each other in secret codes, their imagination painting a vibrant world within the walls of sleepy Abbey. Miss Plumply, pretending to read, occasionally offered gentle guidance, allowing the children's creativity to flourish while keeping the morning's calm intact. Another slow, gentle breath. Let it fill your body and exhale fully, releasing tension and allowing comfort to settle deeper into your muscles. Picture yourself walking through sleepy Abbey, past the glowing fires, past the twins' fort, past the calm and careful movements of the staff. Feel the warmth, the cozy energy, and the steady rhythm of life within the Abbey embracing you completely. Every sound, the crackle of logs, the shuffle of feet, the soft giggle of the twins, becomes part of a comforting melody, guiding your mind toward peace and relaxation. The Abbey seemed to respond to the gentle activities, the old wooden floors creaking softly under careful footsteps, the walls carrying the quiet warmth of life unfolding slowly. Each corner of the house held a story, from the faint aroma of baked bread in the kitchen to the soft flicker of candlelight along the corridors. Upstairs, the twins' fort now included secret passageways and lookout points, while Miss Plumply quietly joined in their imaginative world with small, encouraging gestures. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, feeling the warmth spread through her body, while Lord Horace enjoyed the quiet, steady rhythm of the Abbey. Downstairs, the kitchen staff moved with a quiet grace, their soft hums blending with the crackle of the fires and the distant laughter from above. Mrs. Plea arranged small treats on trays, ready for later enjoyment, while Mr. Bisley ensured everything remained orderly and calm. The scullery maid carried a pot of tea to the hallway, her careful steps adding to the gentle, soothing energy of the house. Everything moved with purpose yet with ease, every sound and movement reinforcing the peaceful rhythm of Sleepy Abbey. As the morning progressed, Jasper and Clementine's indoor expedition grew bolder. Their blanket fort stretched into new corners of the room, cushions balanced precariously, and a small tower of pillows threatened to topple at any moment. Soft giggles and whispered commands echoed through the halls, filling the Abbey with a gentle sense of playful energy. Miss Plumply, seated nearby, observed quietly, occasionally offering soft reminders to be careful, her calm presence keeping the twins' exuberance gentle and safe. Take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your chest completely, and exhale fully, feeling your body sink deeper into comfort. Imagine the warmth of Sleepy Abbey wrapping around you, the soft glow of the fires, the subtle shuffle of footsteps, and the faint laughter drifting from the children. Allow each sound, each movement, and each flicker of light to carry your mind further into relaxation, letting tension dissolve with every exhale. Downstairs, the kitchen staff continued their gentle morning routines. Mrs. Plea carefully arranged freshly baked pastries and warm bread on trays, her hands moving with practiced skill, while Mr. Bisley oversaw the quiet rhythm of the kitchen with calm authority. The scullery maid moved softly through the room, carrying pots of tea and setting them down with care, her movements blending seamlessly with the hum of the household. The Abbey's energy was steady and reassuring, a comforting pulse that echoed through every corridor and corner. Upstairs, the twins' playful adventure began to involve the staff. They gently tugged at Miss Plumply's sleeves, whispered secret instructions, and occasionally peeked around corners to check that no one was watching. Each interaction was full of innocent mischief, bringing small smiles to the faces of the adults around them. Lady Mildred observed quietly from her armchair, the warmth of her tea spreading through her hands, while Lord Horace adjusted slightly in his chair by the fire, enjoying the gentle chaos from a distance. The Abbey itself seemed to hum along with the children's laughter, every beam and stone absorbing the soft energy of a playful, peaceful morning. Take another gentle breath. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale fully, letting go of any lingering tension. Picture yourself floating quietly through Sleepy Abbey, past the glowing fires, past the twins' fort, past the calm yet lively movements of the staff. Feel the warmth of the house, the comfort of the familiar surroundings, and the gentle rhythm of life guiding your mind into deeper relaxation. The twins' adventure continued to grow in imagination. They built tiny bridges with cushions, tunnels with blankets, and even a secret lookout for observing the Abbey's daily life. Their whispers and laughter filled the rooms with a soft, joyful energy that made even the most ordinary moments feel magical. Miss Plumpley occasionally joined in, offering subtle hints and encouragement, while Lady Mildred and Lord Horace allowed the gentle flow of activity to fill the house without interruption. Every corner of the Abbey seemed alive with warmth and gentle movement, creating a sense of home that wrapped around every inhabitant, including anyone listening. Downstairs, the kitchen staff moved with calm purpose. Mrs. Plea adjusted a tray of pastries, checking each carefully, while Mr. Bisley coordinated quietly, ensuring everything remained orderly. The scullery maid hummed softly, carrying cups and pots with delicate care. The gentle rhythm of preparation, combined with the faint echoes of laughter from above, created a soothing symphony that seemed to spread warmth through every stone and beam of sleepy Abbey. Upstairs, the twins finally paused for a moment, perched atop a stack of cushions, eyes sparkling with quiet triumph at their carefully constructed fort. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, a soft smile playing on her lips, while Lord Horace relaxed further into the warmth of the fire. The Abbey itself seemed to settle into the calm after the playful energy, the beams and floors softening with the steady, reassuring pulse of a home filled with warmth, love, and gentle activity. By late morning, the Abbey had settled into a soft, steady rhythm. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, had paused their grand expedition, perched atop a stack of blankets and cushions, whispering about their next imaginative journey. Miss Plumpley, still seated nearby with her book, allowed them their freedom, occasionally offering gentle guidance or a quiet smile. The warm light of winter filtered through the frosted windows, casting soft patterns across the polished floors and walls. Lady Mildred, tea in hand, observed the scene with calm satisfaction, and Lord Horace reclined by the fire, a contented expression on his face, enjoying the peaceful hum of the house. Take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your chest completely, and exhale fully, sinking further into comfort. Imagine the warmth of sleepy Abbey wrapping around you, the faint crackle of the fires, the soft shuffle of footsteps, and the gentle whispers of the twins filling the air. Let each sound, each movement, and each flicker of light guide your mind further into relaxation, your thoughts floating gently like snow settling outside the windows. Downstairs, the kitchen staff moved with quiet purpose. Mrs. Plea arranged a fresh tray of pastries, her hands skilled and steady, while Mr. Bisley checked that everything remained in perfect order. The scullery maid moved softly, carrying tea and dishes with careful steps. The soft hum of activity, combined with the gentle crackle of the fires, created a comforting melody that echoed throughout the Abbey, wrapping every room and corridor in warmth and calm. Upstairs, the twins decided to explore the smaller rooms of the Abbey, moving carefully through the hallways with soft footsteps. They peered into cupboards, tiptoed past polished furniture, and examined the old paintings on the walls, whispering to each other about the stories they imagined behind each portrait. Miss Plumpley followed at a respectful distance, allowing them the freedom to explore while keeping them safe. Lady Mildred watched with a quiet smile, tea steaming gently in her hands, and Lord Horace, still near the fire, adjusted his chair to follow the twins' journey with a faint chuckle. another gentle breath. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale fully, releasing any remaining tension. Imagine yourself moving quietly through sleepy Abbey, past the glowing fires, past the twins' explorations, past the calm, steady movements of the staff. Feel the warmth of the Abbey, the gentle rhythm of life, and the soft hum of activity surrounding you completely. Let every sound, the crackle of logs, the faint shuffle of footsteps, the whispers and giggles, guide your mind into deeper relaxation. The twins wandered into a small, quiet library filled with shelves of ancient books and soft armchairs. They ran their fingers along the spines, imagining the worlds inside each story. Miss Plumply allowed them to explore, occasionally suggesting a book or pointing out a detail on a painting. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, enjoying the soft, contented energy of the room, while Lord Horace glanced over, a small smile on his lips at the children's curiosity. The Abbey seemed to hum softly, every corner alive with warmth, safety, and gentle curiosity. Downstairs, the kitchen staff continued their steady, harmonious routine. Mrs. Plea arranged fresh bread and pastries on trays. Mr. Bisley oversaw the room with quiet authority, and the scullery maid moved softly, humming to herself. The soft rhythm of movement, combined with the subtle sounds of the fire and the faint laughter from upstairs, created a calming symphony that filled the Abbey with a sense of gentle life and comfort. Upstairs, the twins finally settled near a window, gazing at the snow-covered gardens. They whispered softly about the stories they imagined outside, their eyes bright with wonder. Miss Plumply allowed them this quiet reflection, while Lady Mildred leaned back in her chair, enjoying the peace, and Lord Horace relaxed further, warmed by the steady glow of the fire. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe with them, every beam and stone absorbing the soft energy of the morning, wrapping everyone in a gentle, comforting embrace. As the morning slowly drifted toward noon, a small, unexpected discovery stirred gentle excitement in sleepy Abbey. Jasper, peering through the library window, spotted a delicate bird making its way across the snowy garden. He whispered to Clementine, and together they pressed their noses to the glass, watching the tiny creature hop from branch to branch. Miss Plumply approached quietly, smiling softly at the twins' fascination, while Lady Mildred set her teacup down, drawn to the serene scene outside. Lord Horace adjusted in his chair near the fire, watching with mild interest as the twins' eyes sparkled with quiet wonder. Take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your lungs fully, and exhale slowly, feeling every muscle relax. Imagine the gentle hush of snowfall outside, the warm glow of the Abbey surrounding you, and the soft rustle of pages as the twins explore the library. Allow each detail, each sound, and each movement to carry your mind further into a comforting, peaceful state. Downstairs, the kitchen hummed with a quiet energy. Mrs. Plea, finishing a tray of fresh pastries, moved with ease and purpose, her hands skilled and steady. Mr. Bisley ensured everything remained orderly, his calm presence guiding the staff with subtle authority. The scullery maid carried pots of tea, moving carefully through the room, her soft hum blending with the crackle of the fire. The Abbey's energy was steady and reassuring, each sound and movement contributing to the gentle rhythm of life within its walls. Upstairs, the twins' attention shifted to a small, forgotten cabinet tucked into a corner of the library. With careful fingers, they opened it, discovering a collection of tiny trinkets, old letters, and faded photographs. Their whispers grew softer, filled with curiosity and excitement as they carefully examined each treasure. Miss Plumply leaned in, offering quiet guidance, suggesting gentle ways to handle the fragile items. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, observing the quiet magic of discovery, while Lord Horace adjusted slightly in his chair, enjoying the calm yet lively energy filling the room. Another gentle breath. Inhale slowly, feeling your lungs expand fully, and exhale completely, allowing any lingering tension to melt away. Picture yourself moving through sleepy Abbey alongside the twins, feeling the warmth of the fires, the soft glow of sunlight through frosted windows, and the gentle rhythm of quiet exploration. Let the subtle sounds, the crackle of logs, the faint shuffling of footsteps, the whispered excitement, carry your mind deeper into calm and relaxation. The twins carefully arranged the small treasures on a nearby table, imagining the stories behind each item. Jasper whispered ideas to Clementine, who nodded, eyes wide with wonder. Miss Plumply allowed them this imaginative space, offering only soft words of guidance, her presence a steadying influence on their excitement. Lady Mildred and Lord Horace both observed from nearby, a sense of quiet contentment settling over the room. The Abbey itself seemed to lean into the calm energy. Every beam, every stone, every flicker of light absorbing the warmth of gentle curiosity and imaginative play. Downstairs, the kitchen staff continued their steady routines. Mrs. Plea checked a tray of fresh bread, Mr. Bisley coordinated quietly, and the scullery maid moved with careful grace. The soft rhythm of activity, combined with the gentle crackle of fires and distant laughter from above, created a comforting harmony that filled sleepy Abbey with warmth, safety, and calm. Upstairs, the twins finally paused, gazing at the treasures spread out before them. They whispered softly, imagining stories for each tiny object, the quiet glow of curiosity lighting their faces. Miss Plumply observed gently. Lady Mildred leaned back in her chair, enjoying the soft energy, and Lord Horace rested quietly by the fire, a small smile crossing his face. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe along with them, every corner carrying the gentle pulse of life, warmth, and calm that made sleepy Abbey feel like home. As the morning faded into a soft, quiet afternoon, sleepy Abbey settled into an easy rhythm. The twins, Jasper and Clementine, had moved their treasures and blankets into a small, sunlit corner where the light danced across the walls in gentle patterns. They whispered ideas to each other, imagining secret worlds and daring adventures, yet their voices were soft enough to blend seamlessly with the gentle hum of the Abbey. Miss Plumply sat nearby, her book open but mostly forgotten, keeping a calm watch over their creativity. Lady Mildred, seated in her armchair, sipped her tea slowly, enjoying the warmth and the comforting quiet of the day. Lord Horace reclined by the fire, his eyes half closed, letting the steady rhythm of the Abbey lull him into a peaceful state. Take a slow, deep breath, feeling your chest expand fully, and exhale slowly, letting your body sink further into comfort. Imagine the soft sunlight streaming through the frosted windows, the fires casting a warm glow, and the quiet whispers of the twins creating a gentle, comforting melody. Allow each subtle sound, each movement, and each flicker of light to carry your mind further into relaxation, your thoughts floating gently like snow drifting over the garden outside. Downstairs, the kitchen staff moved with quiet purpose. Mrs. Plea arranged a small assortment of freshly baked scones and warm bread, her movements steady and practiced. Mr. Bisley ensured the room remained orderly, his calm presence guiding every small action. The scullery maid moved softly, carrying teapots and arranging cups with gentle care. The soft hum of activity, combined with the distant laughter from upstairs and the crackle of the fires, created a soothing symphony that seemed to fill the entire Abbey with warmth and calm. Upstairs, the twins began a new imaginative journey, transforming their blanket fort into a tiny, hidden castle. Cushions became turrets, blankets formed secret passageways, and every small object took on a role in their playful kingdom. Miss Plumply observed quietly, occasionally offering gentle suggestions or encouragement, her presence a steady anchor for their creative energy. Lady Mildred, tea in hand, smiled softly at the scene, while Lord Horace adjusted in his chair, enjoying the serene yet lively energy surrounding him. Another slow, calming breath. Inhale fully, letting the air fill your lungs completely, and exhale fully, releasing any remaining tension. Picture yourself walking quietly through sleepy Abbey, past the glowing fires, past the twins' fort, past the careful movements of the staff. Feel the warmth, the gentle rhythm, and the comforting energy of the house enveloping you completely, guiding your mind deeper into peace. The Abbey seemed to respond to the calm, playful energy of the afternoon. Upstairs, the twins' kingdom grew more elaborate, their whispered conversations full of imagination and joy. Miss Plumply occasionally joined in, pointing out small details or suggesting ways to enhance their fort, while Lady Mildred and Lord Horace observed from their quiet corners, appreciating the soft rhythm of life unfolding around them. The beams of the house absorbed the warmth, every stone carrying the gentle pulse of a cozy, contented home. Downstairs, Mrs. Plea moved with care, arranging freshly baked goods, while Mr. Bisley oversaw the calm efficiency of the kitchen. The scullery maid hummed softly, carrying cups of tea and small treats to nearby tables. The soft cadence of their movements, combined with the distant laughter and whispers from upstairs, filled sleepy Abbey with a harmonious, comforting energy, a rhythm that invited everyone within its walls to relax and unwind. Upstairs, the twins finally paused to rest, lying back among the blankets and cushions, their imaginations still alive but calmer now, eyes half closed as they soaked in the warmth and security of the Abbey. Miss Plumply quietly tidied nearby, Lady Mildred sipped the last of her tea, and Lord Horace settled deeper into his chair, the firelight flickering gently across his face. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe alongside them, every corner radiating warmth, peace, and a steady, comforting pulse. As the afternoon drifted gently toward evening, sleepy Abbey began to settle into a slower, more restful rhythm. The sunlight softened, casting long, golden shadows across the polished floors and frost-kissed windows. Upstairs, Jasper and Clementine, their energy gradually fading, curled up together among their blankets and cushions, still whispering softly about imagined adventures, but with a sense of calm and contentment. Miss Plumpley sat nearby, her book open but largely ignored, enjoying the quiet satisfaction of guiding the twins through their playful day. Lady Mildred in her armchair held a warm cup of tea, her eyes soft as she watched the children, while Lord Horace reclined by the fire, half-lidded eyes tracing the flickering flames. Take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your lungs completely, and exhale slowly, feeling your body melt deeper into comfort. Imagine the gentle glow of the fires, the soft flicker of candlelight, and the quiet murmur of movement through the Abbey. Let each sound, each shadow, and each warm flicker carry your mind further into a sense of calm, as if the house itself is breathing alongside you, easing every worry and tension from your body. Downstairs, the kitchen staff began their own winding down routines. Mrs. Plea adjusted the final trays of pastries and bread, her movements calm and deliberate. Mr. Bisley made a final check of the silver and polished surfaces, his quiet authority bringing order and peace to the room. The scullery maid moved softly, humming a gentle tune, carrying empty pots and tidying the space with careful, soothing motions. The soft rhythm of their activity, combined with the faint echo of the twins' whispers from above, created a gentle harmony that filled every corner of the Abbey with warmth and safety. Upstairs, the twins' focus shifted from play to quiet observation. They pressed their faces to the frosted windows, watching snowflakes drift lazily through the garden, each one unique and delicate. Miss Plumpley sat nearby, occasionally pointing out a particularly curious pattern or gently suggesting a story behind a drifting flake. Lady Mildred sipped her tea, letting the warmth spread through her hands and chest, while Lord Horace rested in his chair, the firelight dancing softly across his relaxed features. The Abbey itself seemed to exhale, the beams and walls absorbing the quiet energy of a day winding gently to a close. Take another slow, calming breath. Inhale fully, allowing the air to fill your lungs completely, and exhale slowly, letting every muscle soften and release. Imagine walking softly through sleepy Abbey, past the glowing fires, past the twins watching the snowfall, past the calm, steady movements of the staff. Let the warmth, the soft light, and the quiet energy of the Abbey wrap around you completely, guiding your mind deeper into comfort and relaxation. As evening approached, the household's quiet routines became more pronounced. Mrs. Plea began preparing a light supper, the aroma of freshly baked bread mixing with the lingering scent of pastries. Mr. Bisley moved with measured precision, checking the dining arrangements, while the scullery maid carried tea and small dishes with careful steps. Upstairs, the twins finally snuggled fully under their blankets, their eyes slowly drooping as the warmth and comfort of the Abbey encouraged rest. Miss Plumpley leaned back slightly, her presence a gentle reassurance, while Lady Mildred and Lord Horace each settled further into their chairs, the soft glow of the fires and the fading light of day creating a serene cocoon of calm. The Abbey seemed to hum gently with the day's end, every beam and stone carrying the soft energy of warmth, care, and peace. Upstairs, the twins' whispered stories faded into quiet breaths. Downstairs, the kitchen staff's soft movements harmonized with the gentle crackle of the fires. Lady Mildred's teacup rested lightly in her hands, and Lord Horace exhaled slowly, letting the day's calm seep deeper into his body. Sleepy Abbey, from top to bottom, was settling into its evening embrace, ready to welcome the night with warmth, stillness, and comfort. As night began to fall over Sleepy Abbey, a soft hush settled across the house. The windows reflected the faint glow of the fires within, while outside, the snow lay thick and silent, muffling every sound in a gentle, serene blanket. Upstairs, Jasper and Clementine were nestled under layers of quilts, their eyelids heavy, whispering soft goodnights to each other. Miss Plumply adjusted their blankets, tucking them carefully, her calm presence a soothing anchor for the children as they drifted toward sleep. Lady Mildred, seated in her armchair with a final sip of tea, felt the comforting warmth of the fires seep into her hands and chest, while Lord Horace, reclined near the hearth, exhaled slowly, letting the gentle glow of evening ease his mind and body. Take a slow, deep breath, filling your lungs fully, and exhale gently, allowing your body to sink deeper into comfort. Imagine the Abbey wrapped in the soft quiet of night, the faint flicker of candlelight, the gentle crackle of the fires, and the soft murmur of the household winding down. Let each sound, each movement, and each glow guide your mind further into calm, letting tension dissolve with every exhale. Downstairs, the kitchen staff had completed their final tasks. Mrs. Plea quietly washed and put away the last dishes, the gentle rhythm of her movements blending with the soft hum of the fire. Mr. Bisley ensured the silver gleamed and everything was in its proper place, moving with calm authority that spread tranquility through the room. The scullery maid hummed softly as she tidied up, carrying empty pots and returning utensils to their homes, her motions delicate and unhurried. The house, from top to bottom, exuded a gentle, restful energy, every corner imbued with warmth, care, and serenity. Upstairs, the twins, now almost fully asleep, murmured about the adventures of the day, their voices soft and fading into the quiet of the night. Miss Plumply remained near them, reading quietly by the window, the soft light casting gentle shadows across the room. Lady Mildred's chair creaked slightly as she leaned back, a small sigh escaping her lips, and Lord Horace closed his eyes for a moment, feeling the calm of Sleepy Abbey wrap around him completely. The Abbey itself seemed to breathe alongside them, every beam and wall absorbing the gentle rhythm of rest that had settled over the household. Another slow, calming breath. Inhale deeply, feeling your chest and belly rise fully, and exhale slowly, releasing any remaining tension or thoughts. Imagine yourself drifting gently through Sleepy Abbey, past the warm fires, past the sleeping twins, past the quiet, steady movements of the staff. Feel the comforting energy of the house, the soft glow of light, and the gentle rhythm of life settling into a slow, peaceful cadence. The final moments of evening passed in quiet contentment. The twins' breathing became soft and steady, their little bodies fully relaxed under the warmth of their blankets. Miss Plumply folded her book gently and rose quietly, checking once more that the children were comfortable. Lady Mildred set her empty teacup aside and allowed herself a small stretch, and Lord Horace adjusted his chair, sinking deeper into the steady warmth of the fire. Sleepy Abbey, from the highest tower to the quietest corner, was calm, warm, and fully at peace, ready to carry its inhabitants into a night of deep rest. Outside, the snow continued to settle softly, a silent, glistening blanket over gardens, hedges, and pathways. The wind whispered faintly against the walls, carrying only gentle, reassuring nudges that added to the sense of safety within. Inside, every log crackled with a familiar, comforting rhythm. Every flicker of candlelight seemed to breathe, and every room held the promise of calm, peaceful sleep. The Abbey had become a sanctuary of warmth, quiet, and contentment, where all could drift easily into the rest they so deserved. Night had fully embraced Sleepy Abbey, wrapping the grand old house in soft, gentle darkness. The snow outside lay like a silken blanket, sparkling faintly under the quiet glow of the moon. Upstairs, Jasper and Clementine were fully asleep, their tiny chests rising and falling in slow, peaceful rhythm beneath their cozy quilts. Miss Plumply sat silently nearby for a moment, letting the stillness of the night sink into her own body, before quietly rising and closing the library door with soft precision. Lady Mildred rested in her armchair, eyes closed, tea long finished, feeling the warmth of the fire spread from her hands to her chest, her mind calm and still. Lord Horace, reclined fully by the hearth, allowed his breathing to slow, the flicker of the flames mirroring the gentle pulse of the Abbey itself. Take a slow, deep breath, filling your lungs completely, and exhale fully, letting your body sink deeper into comfort. Picture yourself moving through Sleepy Abbey in this final hour, feeling the soft warmth of the fires, the gentle quiet of the sleeping house, and the secure, soothing presence of every room. Allow each sound, the crackle of logs, the faint whisper of the wind outside, the soft settling of snow to guide your mind further into deep, restful calm. Downstairs, the kitchen lay quiet. Mrs. Plea had finished her last chores, wiping the counters and putting away the final dishes. Mr. Bisley checked one last time that everything was in order, his movements slow and deliberate, while the scullery maid quietly swept the floor, humming a soft tune that seemed to mingle with the fire's gentle crackle. The Abbey itself felt alive with quiet life, each beam, each stone, each flicker of candlelight radiating calm, comfort, and safety. Upstairs, the twins' soft breaths were the only movement in the cozy nursery. Miss Plumply lingered for a final glance, then quietly closed the door and retreated to her own room. Lady Mildred allowed her head to lean back slightly, eyes closed, feeling the day's gentle warmth settle into her body. Lord Horace reclined completely, letting his mind drift slowly, comfortably into rest. The Abbey held them all in a gentle embrace, a cocoon of warmth, stillness, and calm, the perfect companion for sleep. Take another slow, calming breath. Inhale fully, letting the air fill your body completely, and exhale slowly, releasing the last fragments of tension or thought. Imagine the Abbey itself breathing with you, every corner wrapped in warmth, every room filled with gentle calm. Feel the fire's soft glow, the snow's peaceful wait outside, and the quiet contentment of all who dwell within, carrying you further into relaxation, deeper into peace. The night settled fully, and sleepy Abbey seemed to sigh softly, the old house content and still. The fires flickered gently, the candlelight shimmered faintly, and every log in every hearth crackled its final, comforting whispers of the day. Upstairs, the twins slept soundly, their little dreams weaving gently around the warmth of the Abbey. Miss Plumply rested, Lady Mildred slumbered softly in her armchair, and Lord Horace leaned back completely, the glow of the fire and the calm of the house guiding him toward a deep, restorative sleep. Outside, the snow continued to sparkle silently in the moonlight. Inside, the Abbey was alive with quiet life, warmth, and comfort, yet utterly still. Every beam, every stone, every flicker of light seemed to breathe with the house itself. Sleepy Abbey had returned to its truest form, a haven of warmth, stillness, and peace. All who lived there, from the youngest to the oldest, were cradled in its gentle embrace, drifting into dreams, into calm, and into the perfect, deep rest that only a home like Sleepy Abbey could provide. And so, with the fires glowing softly, the snow sparkling outside, and the Abbey wrapped in a blanket of calm, Sleepy Abbey and all within it rested, fully, peacefully, and gently, ready to greet tomorrow with quiet warmth, comfort, and joy.